Hello, welcome back. Last time I finished the rest of Superluminary, so now I have a choice of which direction I want to go, and at this point that choice has not yet been made. So this is Belly of the Beast. This was a water-jumping, heavy throwable level, as I recall, from the little bit that I saw of it. And back in the other lobby, I have Sea of Soup, which I don't remember at all. A journal is... So that little jump before I opened the map actually wasn't the previous map open button, that was just the jump button. I don't know why I pressed it. But that was for a different reason. Today seeing that vertigo there does not make me want to get it done right away. It's not the level I'd be doing, but somehow that's the deciding factor, and apparently I'm going to Belly of the Beast. Okay. My mood is fickle. I don't know what I want at any given moment sometimes, but I made my decision. I'm going here. I can always just... That's right, that transition! It's so good. I want to restart. Okay, so there's an opening scene with Oshiro on a boat with me. I have to stand a little distance away to talk to him. The beast is just ahead. Where did its body go? Right, the cannonball. Okay, I need to take the cannonball to the heart. Alright, so this time I'm actually playing as Grandmaster Madeline, not just Sampling Pretender Madeline. Sampling Pretender Alex, you know. But not the Alex from this game. It's complicated. Hop on the spring attached to the front of the boat. Okay. And if I don't do that yet, there's nothing to see over here. I should maybe refresh myself on the... I mean, no, the water jump is extremely simple. Those are spiky. Noted. So that's what the beast looks like. And I have been eaten by it. Okay, cannonball, heavy throwable. If I leave it here, can't go on. Okay, so I did the first little bit of this room, that's what I recall. Those are water. Why is there a glowy field around them? Is that an anti-cannonball thingy? Okay. Now, I figured this out once. I think that was what I did, then jump, jump, jump. Where do I put this cannonball? If I throw it right when I'm jumping on that water, does it land on that switch? I tried to do that in my earlier attempt, but that's not what happened. Okay, so get used to heavy throwables. I can do that now, but I missed. Did I hit that little notch in the ceiling? I couldn't see. Wow! Oh, that's a springboard! Oh. Okay, that changes things a bit. Well, that did not go where I wanted it to. Okay, well, I can keep this burden with me for this entire time. Not here, though. Wait, can I neutral with a heavy throwable? Yes, that will drop. Understood. What do I do there? Oh, things get complicated. I have ideas for what I want to do, but I'm a little bit afraid of them. Yeah, so I did not get this far in the room. I've never... That might have been the farthest I ever got here. So yeah, this whole time I have to keep track of two things. This is a babysitting level. This is the first room, I note. There's already a lot in it, like wasting no time whatsoever. Okay, so anyway, that's a springboard, remember. That's what they look like here. Okay, so if I would neutral this... That's something like what I want to do. I probably wish to... I probably want to throw the cannonball to the left at some point in that transaction. I need to throw it way earlier, like when I first land, not after I've jumped. And then I need to do that wave dash better, okay. Yeah, heavy throwables are always just a little fiddly. More than a little fiddly. I threw, but I need to dash after that too. Okay. So theory is, after I wave dash here, I throw left at a time compatible with getting the cannonball to that green switch up there. Ah, they're color-coded, so it's like the green ones are the ones the cannonballs hit. They're also very clearly behind spikes, so that doesn't even matter so much. But okay, I think the inputs are wave dash right, throw left, dash up right, grab. The dash up right is after the spring. So I interrupt the spring, dash up right, grab. I have the cannonball. I align with that shaft, fall down, wall jump, wall jump, wall jump. Right, I interrupted so I don't have a dash at the moment. That's why I want this crystal up here. Where does the cannonball go during that exchange? If I'm weighed down by it... I'm wondering if I can get all the way to that crystal while having a heavy burden with me. Not the silver kind, the, like, a cast iron kind or whatever cannonballs are made out of. So assuming I do all that and get my dash and get down there, that's sort of a corner jump. Not sort of, that actually is a corner jump. Corner jump, throw left, while inside the crystal, dash up right, dash up grab, hurdle over that, hit the spring. Get the full springiness, throw left to the upper thingy. Cannonball springs, how far does it go? How is it going to hit that switch down there and get back? There's a springboard under there, I can just barely see it through the nearly opaque water. So the question is, what does it do when it hits the ceiling after this upper springboard? Does it stop dead and fall down, or does it continue to the right? The answer to that determines which of these two I do first. Anyway, at some point, go up, get the crystal, go down, hit the springboard, get the double crystal, use it to get over that, get the double crystal, do a double dash, starting up right, or double dash grab thingy, yeah. Throw the cannonball, get some hang time, go down, be done with the room. So right, there's a big question I need to answer, and actually a lot of other uncertainty before then. Alright, so time buffered jump a little better. Yep. Right, so left throw. Let's get that input dialed in, that's the first thing I need to work on. Whoops. Right. Just because I'm reasonably okay at doing the buffered jump in the water doesn't mean I can treat it as though it's just solid ground. Reasonably okay. Not gonna go any further than that. Okay, I didn't get my dash back for some reason. So the interrupt comes so fast. I have not been even remotely ready for it at the times that I've needed to be. That time it was. Okay. So I'm here, right. This is one of the questions I need to answer. That was not hard to answer. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten to that left wall and jumped on it in that transaction. Okay, so that part, not actually hard to do now that I've done it once. That question's answered, so I'm corner jumping, throwing left. Dashing upright, then up, then grabbing. Okay, so that's... all of those things, they didn't go very well. Okay, I think it's not that simple. I want to pick up, throw right, dash, grab. That'll get me more height. Okay. Whoa! I'm swimming with my face in the spikes, and I'm fine. Okay, this is awkward. That second spike is a little lower? No, I can still go all the way over here. This shouldn't be happening, but it sure is. Oops, oh, I wasn't aligned for the corner. Well, if I can jump with my face, of course I can swim with my face too. Oh, okay, so I can't take my time aligning that, I just gotta do it. Oops. Oh, you missed! What would I do about that? I didn't detect anything specifically having gone wrong, it's just a bad thing that happened to me for no reason. I wasn't ready. Yeah, I wasn't ready. Okay, so the inputs there are, after I corner jump, throw left, get to crystal, dash up right, grab, throw, dash up, grab, hurdle. Hurdle means go to the right and clear the spikes. Whoops! Yeah, so I wish I could make that a little more reliable. It's not too terrible, but it's not great. The order of operations there should be dash, land, jump, pick up the cannonball. Whoa, okay, that all worked. It felt weird, then I wasn't ready for the follow-up. So that can be done so fast I don't really see what happens. Ah. I think the order of operations there was dash, pick up, land, jump, therefore my jump was no good. Ah! Takes a lot of fiddling around before I get to the point where I need to do the hard parts. I'm getting worse and worse at the water jump as the day goes on. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just having trouble making the basics work again. Like, I did this so easily and fluently before, but it's just... whoa. Okay. Just not happening as fluently anymore. I need to be a little farther right. Lining that up, I guess it's the transition between heavy and light, like not having something I'm carrying slowing me down. Just messes with how I move. Nope, now I'm having some, like, uncertainty about my dash directions. The hope was that Superluminary would have cured me of that, but that was always way too optimistic. What even was that? It probably helped. I'm probably better at it than I was. I'm just trying to do too many things at once and getting my fingers all tripped over each other. Okay, cleanly separate your inputs. They're not that close together until the very end. No, cleanly separate. That's way too early to be pressing left. Actually, no it's not. I need to throw left. Never mind. It's... something else is happening here. Well, that worked. It felt weird, but it worked. Like, I had this dialed in, but it dialed itself out. There. Okay. That's all acceptable. No, I still did the wrong thing. I need to grab, throw, dash up. I haven't managed that yet. I can't see the cannonball as I'm doing these things. I just have to trust it's going to the right place. That time it did not, I think. It's just, it's invisible to me because it's behind the spikes and very similar colors to the background. Okay. Cleaner separation. I was actually too quick on the quick input. I think I was too low, so that just didn't work. The timing of that dash is weird. Well, that worked. It didn't feel super clean, but I'll take it. No, man, I just cannot convince myself to pick up because it doesn't feel like the natural next action to do. Nothing does. This is all just another one of those rooms where I have to train myself to follow an uneven rhythm. Uneven and unintuitive, but just do it. There, that's what I wanted to do almost, except I didn't get the pickup boost because my timing was terrible. What I learned in Polaris was that usually works better if I'm farther from the wall. Yeah, I threw right and dashed left. That's exactly the opposite of what I wanted. This sort of thing, having to throw left while I'm moving right, that's going to be important for learning to back boost later if I ever want to play Ivory, and I think there was another level that involved those. So, like, I need to be able to do that. I just... If I go slow enough to be decisive about the throw, I go so slow that I hit the spikes at the bottom, it feels like. One of those moments when I know what I want to do and I just am not able to convince my body to do it. Yep. Just the plodding slowness of this start. It's a little bit of a morale killer. Yep. So yeah, get used to moving slow, because that's how it's gonna be when carrying something heavy. Man! Just get it. So that didn't hit the springboard. What's wrong with my throw trajectory? Am I doing it too early, too late? I'm gonna guess too early. Keep wondering if there's another move I can do on that bottom platform, but like wave dash is what it naturally lines me up to do. I could try an air super, but I don't think that would work very well. Just staying high enough after the throw to execute the dash while not getting crosstalk between my directional inputs, that's the hard part. Because I want the throw basically immediately before the dash. It's as if they are part of the same input, and that's why the directions are always so muddled. Because I have to steer left, then steer right at just the most precise of timing. And it's like unintuitive precise timing. It's a little out of sync of when I press dash, and there's both a press and a release involved. This is very complicated for the fingers. See, that was mostly good, but two things went wrong. My throw didn't reach the spring, and my dash didn't reach the, anything. Well, not quite. Yeah, I like how I pretty much had this, then it just fell apart. Well, that was the wrong direction. Why does it do that? Why can't I just stay consistent? Like, what causes the loss of consistency? Well, I guess I was never consistent in the first place, but like, why did the first several go so much better than the subsequent ones? Just like, which phenomenon is at play here, making me do this? I can think of a few possible ones, but it's not clear what's actually causing this behavior. Really what I want to know is, how do I fix it? Stop and play another day is one way, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm not done for today. But there will come a point when I don't have a choice. Let's hope the room gets cleared before that point comes. Dang it, the inputs there are so unintuitive. Did I ever manage to actually hurdle that? No, not successfully. Right, because I didn't get the boost on the upward thingy. Okay, so be a distance away from the wall when you throw. Dash up, grab, hold right. I'm not even certain that will get me over, but I think it will. After I've done that, then I have a big question here. Well, what do I think my options are? Let's try after the springboard throwing left. It's either that or drop down. Gonna have to do both, just the question is the order. Maybe it doesn't matter, maybe I can do it both ways around? Why didn't you spring? So either I hit the dead zone between the springboards or I was too low. I think it's more likely I was too low. My eyes can't go there during that transaction, so I'll never know. Do I burn an attempt to do that? Yes. Yeah, that hit the bottom springboard. I think it's clear that when it fails, it's because it's too low. Okay, so let's practice throwing later. But, like, that was super late. Is it the dead zone between the two springboards? That'd be terrible if I've hit that many times, but... like, I don't know. Okay, that still didn't get the boost. Do I need to dip down more after the throw? I think that's what it is. Okay, don't be afraid to dip down. Whoops. Assuming I can make this work again. Okay, I can, and I did. What was that? That was nothing. And then I got a left dash because the direction reverses too close together. The two direction reversals. Now I have to pick up, throw, dip down, dash, grab, get boost. Pick up, throw, dip down, dash, grab, get boost. I'm going to attempt to put my eyes where the cannonball is going and just do Madeline's movement by feel, because I need to know. Well, that was just a drop down. If you're doing a back boost, be careful you don't drop down. Yeah, good luck. I tried to look at the cannonball. I can't. Well, part of the problem is I can't see it. Again, it's behind the spikes. So I don't know what it's doing. It just sometimes doesn't spring, for reasons I am unable to divine. I mean, like, that time I dropped instead of throwing. So early part of this is just going to be me working through my issues. Like, so there's this one spike that protrudes up a little bit, right where the touch switch is. That's the one that keeps killing me because I'm too low. Because the height tolerance, like, there's just so little clearance there. I could get more if the move I was doing to go into that was not a wave dash, but it is, and I think it has to be. Want to try an air super? Alright, fine. That was my try. Lower. Who knows, maybe that'll solve all of my problems. I'll get perfect consistency on it. And I'll just beat the room first try as soon as I land one of those. It's hard to land in that spot. It's not a spot that's designed for it. Yeah, and I'm falling at full speed. That's another way in which it's not designed for it, other than the one I was thinking of. Definitely possible. Let's get it once and see the trajectory. Trajectory is impossible. It goes too high. Okay. Well, clear answer. Just gotta get the crosstalk down. I guess it was too low for my wave dash to be a good one. Has there ever been a level where I've needed multiple parts for the first room? I think there has. I think it's called Belly of the Beast. But I don't know, maybe I'll get this still. Okay, so technically I did everything I wanted to do, I just lost too much height in the process. So that is the procedure. I just have to do that but better, I think. Like with a sufficient amount of improvement there. I think that gets me where I need to be. It's just the crosstalk spot is between me and there. There, okay. Ah! Yo, I'm here. Okay. Where's the springboard taking me? Here? Okay. I'm gonna throw left as soon as I unpause. By which I mean I'm gonna throw right as soon as I unpause. Should I just spend a session, like, just doing back boost in the gym over and over? I don't wanna. But the answer is probably yes. I don't wanna. This is practicing back boost. Probably not as productively as that, but it is doing it. And at least has the potential for progress. So I threw super early there, and you still found the springboard. Good for you, but I wish... Like, what even is the timing there? That's another where the dash is just too close to the throw. I mean, that's on purpose. That's probably what I just need to get used to doing. Throw and immediately dash, with no time in between. Which is just, like, directional input hell. But maybe I can... Oh, hold on. There might be a way I can arrange my thought patterns that'll make that more possible. If I think of the transaction of the... No, that didn't help. Just like more tightly associate the directional input with the release of the throw button and the press of the dash button. Am I thinking of those separately? Well... I'm just doing it by feel. So my fingers are just doing whatever. But just if I can just sort of change the units and how they're packaged together. That was almost everything I wanted to do, I just forgot to pick up and throw. The timing on everything else was very good. I just had a sequencing error. Sequencing error, but like I totally would have been it if I had done the right sequence. Man, just like figuring out how to do those inputs as fast as it wants me to. I keep getting up right instead of right. Okay, so adjust your thumb position. Try to find a way to make that not happen. So air more down. Air much, much more down than that. Try to dash down right. See what happens if you do that. I dashed down left, that's what happened. Great. Cannonball didn't spring. Again, this is room 1. Flipside Cliffside room 1 took me a really long time. Then everybody yelled at me about doing it wrong, so maybe this is another case of that. Cannonball didn't spring, couldn't see why. Cannonball didn't make it, not sure why. Heavy throwables just like always have the same set of problems that is just never stops being a problem. Just the weird throw angles and all their behaviors. Like, remember how Polaris went? That was like 5 times harder than anything else in the entire lobby. I got it done, and eventually sort of learned to enjoy it, but... this is giving me a similar feeling. How I was totally holding right at some point during that transaction, but apparently it wasn't the right part of it. Yeah, again, I guess I'm pressing right too late. That's what that means, because the throw is going off correctly. Maybe there's no... hang on, there's no delay on the throw. There's a delay between the dash and the directional input, but not for the throw. Okay, I don't... so I think what I've been doing is I've been trying to hold the direction for a little while after throwing. Just like I do after pressing the dash button, because there it's necessary. If I very intentionally do not do that, like don't post-buffer the throw input, that helps a huge amount. Yo! There we go! I learned something! And that something is getting me through the room. Like, that was nearly tied with my previous record. Okay. So no post-buffer on that. So it didn't bounce, but everything else went right. I think it didn't bounce means, like, the action I need to do to correct that is throw later. But okay, so the specific place where I need to gain speed is between the... releasing of the grab button and changing my direction from left to right. That's the part I need to be doing faster than I have been. And whenever I do that, everything goes great. Okay, cool. That is the crucial learning. I just wasn't really sure what I was doing there. Except I need to throw later, and another thing needs to go right too. Throw late, wave dash early. Wave dash early, throw late, change directions after throwing early. That's the way. Okay, cool. I need to repress the grab button early there. Like, I keep not holding it while I'm actually overlapped with the cannonball. That's why I don't grab. Okay. Well, I dropped. Oh, that was good. I was too fast. Wave dash earlier. Okay, so timing corrections. Early. Early, late, other way around. Something like that. I don't know. Do I need to timing correct my springboard interrupt? Because that's twice in a row I've gotten there and it's been too early. That was the 3rd time in a row. It was so early I just sprang again instead of dying. Okay, so later springboard interrupt. Well... There we go, that was nice and late, except too late. This is way too many timing corrections for me to actually apply ever, so I really just have to do them by feel. When I fail a particular one, I'll focus on that one. That was too early, but I still got away with it, so I guess it wasn't too early, just a little early. Here's a query. So if I'm... okay, what's the situation? I'm trying to figure out my inputs for throwing that thing to the left. So if I do a... if I'm facing this way... I'm doing a corner... Okay, so the instant I do my... actually... the instant I do my corner jump... No, I need to be holding right. I do need to be holding right, then a quick tap left for the throw. Okay, remember. No buffering on throw direction. That may be relevant in that other spot too. Oops, too late on the interrupt. Okay. There we go. Ah, that part just very, very hard every time. Yes. Wah! Didn't jump on the wall. Good, okay. So I've gotten a little better at that part, I would say. I went right before corner jumping. Yep, that will happen sometimes. Right, so again, it's the same problem as I've been trying to talk myself out of causing. That was a downright. That was just a miss on the directional reversal. Still gotta, like, aim my thumb to the right spot. Ah! Yes, okay. Whoa. Suddenly that corner jump's becoming a problem. Yep, it sure is. I don't have much time to position myself against that other wall before I start doing it. I just gotta tap it and trust that I'm in the right place and then be immediately ready for the ridiculousness that's on the other side of it. But not too ready, because I still gotta actually do the corner jump on the way to the ridiculousness. So I was right. My dashes don't feel weird here, because it's on a different day, in a different context. I don't expect superluminary dashes to be still with me. Dashes feel normal, because they are. Alright, how much more time do I want to give this room before I call it for the day? So this is when the threshold is crossed. The pattern so far, again, has been there's one big problem room per level. What if the one for this level is just at the very start? Everything else will go just fine. Well, that would be a weird difficulty curve. But it's possible. All the others have been in the middle. None of them have been the last room, have they? No, all of the others in the Grandmaster lobby have just been like right in the middle. Or in the case of Lava Lair, a hidden secret that, yeah, was not at the end. There was like 1.5 rooms after that, I think. 2.5, maybe. So I've lost the ability to do that now. Okay, so, right. Let's put the plan into action where I, what is this, I wonder? I can do that. But this thing, what is that? I'm gonna try, like, okay, I'll give this 5 more tries. 1. That was almost good, 2. 3, that's pretty typical. 4, again, like I said, very typical. 5, okay. Those were my 5 more tries. Alright, so I'll do the thing where I come back on another day and my, the, like, bits of this that have decayed in my ability to do things will have regrown by then, and the bits that I learned will stay learned. Alright, so, today a threshold has been crossed, maybe. And, the very first room is a multi-day affair. That's to be expected. I mean, like, there is no way that wouldn't have been the case in the maximum difficulty section of this lobby. Anyway, so, next time this continued, hopefully I'll be a little better at it.